What's up, everyone? This is the Minister of Beauty, and thank you so much for joining me for another video. And as the Minister of Beauty, I share the Bible that is business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. So this is Business Mondays, and we are officially in 2022. It's been a few weeks now, but first and foremost, I want to thank each and every one of you who are subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being on this journey with me. And if you are not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button, because this is definitely a journey and it's going to be continuous. I have so much more in store, and I'm really, really grateful that God has just really been keeping me throughout everything that has been going on in the world. We had a crazy couple of years. 2022, we don't really know exactly what is in store for all of us, but I want to encourage you to stay positive, stay grateful, think positive thoughts, think prosperity thoughts, and do not give up. And speaking of not giving up, I wanted to talk about something that I feel is really necessary, especially if you are a business owner, an aspiring business owner, small business, and I definitely am that. I am a small business owner. I am a licensed esthetician. I have a business that I have owned since 2008, but I have actually been an entrepreneur since 2006. That's when I started my journey of entrepreneurship, and it definitely has not been easy. But I want to encourage you, because we are going to go through things in life. All of us have gone through experiences with the C word, with everything going on, the different variants, the uncertainties of all that's been happening in our world. So many things we cannot control. But I just want to encourage you to don't allow anyone else to define your destiny. Your destiny is in your mouth. The power of life and death is in your own mouth. It's in your tongue. The Bible speaks of it. It's a real true statement, and I definitely know it all too well, because there have been many things that in my frustration or anger or even maybe disappointments of life, I may have been speaking and subconsciously not considering what I was saying, and then later on seeing these things play out in my life. And it's not a good feeling when you go through things and it may be because of some things that you spoke over your own self. But don't allow anyone else to speak negative things over you. And if people come into your life, come into your arena, whether it's in your family or friendship circles, or definitely in your business, and things may not go the way that you were hoping or desiring them to go, and then they're no longer in your sphere anymore, and then they may do some things or say some things to hinder you or to hurt you. Don't allow others to define your destiny, because they may say things or they may do things that are harmful or hurtful, but you have the power to overcome that. I definitely believe that God has given us all this innate strength that we have to just dig deep down to pull up in order to overcome some things that happen in our lives. I have gone through so many different situations in my life that were really meant to take me out. I know that I have encountered haters. I know that I have encountered people with negative competitive spirits, people who didn't think that I deserved to have what I have, even though I worked hard and believed harder for the things that I do have in my life, but they really just felt like I just didn't deserve it for whatever reason. The spirits of jealousy, the spirits of envy, the spirits of destruction that they embody, and they definitely did some things that were really meant to take me out, but I did not quit. The only way that they can define your destiny is if this is the trajectory or the outcome, which is failure, which is destruction, which is things not working out for you. If those are the destinations that they desire for you, and you allow that to happen and you walk in it instead of pivoting, instead of doing other things that, even though it may not look like the way that you intended it to look like in terms of small business or business success, but you're still, moving forward. If you move in the way that they desire you to move, which again would be for your business to fail, which would be for you to quit or to give up, for them to see you losing, then they define your destiny. But if they want your business to fail, if they want to see you quit, if they want to see them over you versus you over them, even though you're not even thinking about competing with them, and you continue to move and you continue to do what you're doing, and even if it means making some changes, making some edits, making some pivots in your business in order to keep moving forward, then they don't define your destiny. Because see, let me tell you, and I'm just going to make this real quick. In my business over the years, when I started out in business, I was just really grateful to be out of what I was doing. I was in the legal field for 12 years and I worked my ass off. I did sometimes the job of 2 and 3 different legal assistants in my one position, but I continued to do it. I didn't even quit in that. I kept doing that even though it wasn't what I was happy doing. I didn't even quit that and say, you know what, this is for the birds. I'm done with it. I want to do something different. Even with that, I didn't allow the people that were giving me grief or were not giving me what I deserved in my position, not paying me my worth, not respecting me in the position that I was in. I didn't even allow them to make me quit that. I continued to move forward in that. I didn't allow those people to define my destiny, whether it was someone who was prejudiced in a position that was over me and they didn't want to see me there anymore. Because in a lot of the law firms that I worked in, I was the only person that looked like me working in the firms. And I was okay with that. Did I feel comfortable all the time? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But I continued to move forward in that. And then when it was my time to be done with it, it was my time to be done with it. And then I was moving into the transitions of being in the field of wellness and beauty, completely, totally different from what I was doing before. But in this industry, I often say the beauty industry is extremely ugly. It is. There's just a lot of negative competition. People don't want to see you prosper. They don't want to see you grow. The spirit of competition, the spirit of copying, the copycat spirit, those different types of things. It's really prevalent and real. Those are just a few things that I'm mentioning just to keep this video on the brief side. So I was just grateful and blessed to be in a position of peace, doing what I enjoy doing, operating in the field that I felt led to operate in, which was the wellness and beauty industry. But through opportunities that were brought before me and just praying about things and deciding to move forward and expand and grow, I had expanded to multiple business locations. And people don't like to see that. But I wasn't really thinking in that way because I was just grateful to be able to grow and expand, not for myself, but to help other people. I was making a lot of money in my business and definitely not discounting the people who were on my team and working with me. But then you find out later that sometimes those people that are on your team have the I and not the M-E, and the M-E. And there, like I said, sometimes there is no I in team, but there is a me in team. So some people, they switch the letters around and they just start thinking about me, and not thinking about team. So the spirit of sabotage and competition and all, different types of things started rising up in people. And then some people started revealing who they really were. So the goal, either intentionally or unintentionally, through people getting in their ears and speaking negative things to them, didn't know me, didn't know anything about my business, was to try to bring me down and bring my business down and destroy it. And I'm not saying it didn't hurt, but I didn't stay there. I said, you know what? They're not going to define me and they're not going to define my destiny. They're definitely not going to define my business because they didn't create it. I definitely give all credit and glory to God that I believe in, that operates within me and through me, that created the business, because I don't believe that God really gives money. He doesn't really operate. And that's like a world system thing. It's necessary, it's needed. But I do believe that God gives ideas and creativity and strategy. That's why I don't believe in copying other people and stealing other people's ideas and things like that, because the way God gave me a creative idea that would be profitable and prosperous and make money, God can do the same thing for you. Not give you what he gave me, but give you something that is particular to you for you to prosper and grow in that. And yes, there's nothing new under the sun, but what is for me is going to be for me. We all have our own separate DNA, our own unique fingerprints. We're all unique individuals. So it shouldn't look like me. It shouldn't look like mine. It shouldn't look like what God gave to me. So I'm saying all of those things to say they allowed themselves to operate in a spirit that was unethical, that was, sabotage, that was deceitful, that was hurtful, that was backstabbing, just forgetting, the hugs that they gave me and the I love you and you taught me everything and you've done so much for me. It went from that to me being the biggest bitch in the world. And then it's okay for you. Like, you had to look at me in a different way that wasn't real and that wasn't true in order to justify you doing things that were unethical to try to destroy me. But let me tell you, baby, I have not been destroyed. God is just defining and refining who I am through me not allowing other people's actions to define my destiny. I said they will not do it. They will not do it. I define my destiny and I continue to move forward in spite of the things that I have experienced. And there's definitely been a lot. I can't talk about everything now. Some things are still happening that I have to allow to be completely rid of and done with, but I have the victory over it all. I have the victory over it all. And I didn't allow other people to define my destiny in life or in business. And you shouldn't allow anyone else to define yours. You make that decision. You define who you are, what you were made for, what you were called to do, if it is a calling, indeed a calling, or if it's even just a desire. Because not everything is a calling. Some things are just desires, things that you want to do, not so much I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. It's like, no, it's just what I want to do. It's just what I want to do. So I say all of those things to say that as we move forward, because it's going to move quickly, as we move forward into 2022, continue to keep your focus on what you have the desire to do in business and just in life overall, and don't allow anyone else to define your destiny. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it encourages you in some way. Leave me a comment in the comment section and let me know your thoughts, or just chime in and let me know, some ways that you are defining your destiny in this year, now, and moving forward. So thanks so much for watching this video. Also check the links in the description box to support the channel. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. So guys, I am Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty, here to share the Bible that is business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. So until the next time, I hope you all have an amazingly blessed and beautiful day.